What's up, everyone? Hope you're having a great week. I wanted to talk to you today about receiving wisdom for healing. My example for myself. So, and I love the stories when you hear about people that they talk about, we were believing God for this, and then it manifested. But I love that window of the time that when they believed to the point it manifests, that window of in between really shows a lot of it, what's going on. It shows the tactics of what the enemy's used to try to prevent you from believing the manifestation's coming. Then also too, it's almost like man in the mirror kind of moment. You have to look yourself in the mirror to realize, what am I believing? What am I tolerating? Why am I tolerating? And then and just continue working on your true character and your trust in the Father. So this year, I must have did something to my left shoulder. I don't know what I did. All I know is that it was in pain. So before even incorporating my covenant with Father, I just went ahead and made the decisions myself of what I was going to do. So I said, well, I just won't work out. I'll just take a break. So, so I took a break. So, a week went by, 2 weeks went by. I was like, still having pain. And then I said, well, maybe I'll just go to chiropractor. Maybe I just don't have alignment. So went to chiropractor. He popped me around a little bit. I felt a little bit better, but it was still there. And it finally hit me. And I was like, dude, why am I not doing James 1:5, which says, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all men liberally and without criticism, and it will be given to him. So once it hit me, because sometimes you get wrapped up in your day, you're doing things day in and day out, and the world is presenting to you multiple distractions on a consistent basis. And sometimes you don't realize you're distracted until you have that moment. You're going, dude, I've been distracted. So I highly recommend that every day that you sit back and kind of, recount your day with the Father, just to make sure you're in task, because you don't want to have to go through what I just went through. And so I said, okay, Father, I'm doing James 1:5. I thank you that I'm going to receive this wisdom because you want me, just like all your children, to walk in the dominance that Jesus paid for. If we're not walking the dominance and we're getting stuck focused on a situation, then we're not moving forward. And that's what the enemy does. He wants us to stop the expansion of God's kingdom, to get focused on something that Jesus already paid the price for, but we believe that maybe the price isn't paid for because we're looking at the symptoms, and the symptoms are screaming louder than what the truth has already done. So I started praying in the Spirit. Once I released that, I said, I'm praying in the Spirit, and this is the only thing I'm going to pray on until I receive the answer. And people's like, wait, why are you just praying on that? I was like, because I need to move forward. And apparently I need to have this answer, and it's already paid for, but apparently I'm missing it. So it's time to get serious. I gotta get focused on these things. So that's what I prayed for. So I was praying for that when I went to, the grocery store, when I was driving in the car, whatever I was doing. If I'm praying in the Spirit, I'm praying that. If you're not baptized in the Spirit, I highly recommend you get baptized in the Spirit today. If you have questions on that, do not hesitate to reach out to me. But anyways, so I'm praying about that, and I'll never forget it. So I'm actually in a grocery store parking lot, pulled in, and I heard the Spirit say, I need you to do the following things. And some of the things that he mentioned to me is this. He said, look, you need to start speaking to the nerves in your shoulders. So I was like, oh, okay, that's easy there. And then he gave me another thing. He's like, you need to start speaking to the range of motion. You got to start speaking to the strength to be returned back into your shoulders. And then he says, I need you to stretch. He goes, you need to do these. And he told me how many times I need to do this. So I said, okay. So right then and there, I received it. So I have a choice to say, yes, this is true, and believe it and walk in peace to that. Or I can sit there saying, did I really hear him? And still be in kind of turmoil. But I received it. So even when the symptoms or whatever try to talk to me after that moment, it's almost like you just want to laugh at it. Because it's like the enemy's last hurrah trying to convince you that it's not true and it's not going to work. I mean, it's like he's doing everything he possibly can to prevent you from walking that out, because he knows that once you move forward past this, you're going to take territory from him, and he doesn't want that. So that's what actually I had to do. So that's like the steps I went through. This went on for a 30-day period. I was going through this, but when I finally made a decision to get serious about it and then ask God to get the wisdom, it was in a matter of like 2 days. So I had to make that decision. So to me, I wasted 28 days of my life that I could have done on day one. But I just want you guys to know that if you lack wisdom, he'll give it to you, but you got to make it a point and with an expectation to receive that and be so laser focused that you are going to receive that and hear it. Not the simple fact that he's going to hold it from you. It's the fact that you hearing him talking because of all the distractions going on. Eliminate these distractions, focus on his voice, receive what Jesus paid for, continue taking territory. I appreciate you guys' time. Be blessed. I look forward to seeing you guys. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to me. Thanks.